Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my third time trying this, so third time's a charm. The first time I got like a minute in and remembered it was a full moon and was afraid I would forget later, so I had to go run outside and stand under the moon and say some affirmations. And then the second time I came back and was talking and didn't realize until I could see how much time I had been talking. And the counter says 00000. So it's 27 now. All right, so today is March 12th. I'm talking about General Hospital, and I think it was a decent episode today. I would say good. I would say good for GH's current era that we're in. So again, because it was so good, my notes, as usual, are probably out of order and all over the place. Got, I started paying attention to the show, so I am sure that there are stuff is grouped improperly, so bear with me. Buckle up. I don't know. Will you buckle up like this? I don't know why I did that. What is like a roller coaster? It won't be that intense. I don't like roller coasters. I don't hate roller. Well, no, I do. I hate roller coasters. But I always say when I tell people I have a fear of heights and they act like it's crazy to have a fear of heights, I actually don't have a fear of heights. I have a healthy respect for gravity because gravity. It's the only thing that will never let you down every time. And if this was a plane? With no disrespect to all the people who have lost their lives or loved ones in plane crashes. All right, I'm 2 minutes in. Let's talk. So we start with Dante and Chase talking in the steam room. I wish that it could have been a scene where I'd be like, ooh, look at them. Let me peek under that towel. But I don't do that for either of them. I did find Dante attractive. I liked his chemistry with Sam, the way that they would flirt. I thought that made him attractive. Chase is cute, but I see like him as like the Hallmark guy, which is fine. It's perfectly fine if that's your thing. Just the steam room scene didn't really do it for me. Like it could have done it for me if it was. Who I don't know who on General Hospital I would want to see in the steam room. I'm gonna think about that. Probably nobody now, but I have to like go back to the past. Anyway, you know who I would like to be in the steam room? Jordan and Isaiah. Let them get stuck in there now that they got the chemistry going on. Maybe they can have some real fun. Make it hot. All right, so then we have Nina and our reporter guy. I don't remember his name. I was like, is she flirting? And then I was like, is she really flirting? Or does she want to manipulate him for something to get something out of him? And throughout the whole show, I wasn't sure until Ava came in. And at first I thought, oh, maybe she's trying to hook him up with Ava to get Ava out of Rick's orbit. But I think she was just like flirting. I need to look up the actor because just something about his performance felt like we were missing something. And maybe it's what they clarify later that he was at Ava's gallery. Maybe that actor was really there and that happened, and that's why he was seen familiar. I thought maybe he was like somebody's cousin, like in real life, like the actor knew somebody in real life, and that's why his performance felt weird. It reminds me of I got hair in my mouth. I don't remember the lady's name. She was a character for the Quartermains. Oh gosh, I can't even remember the story. But she felt out of place. She was only there for like a day or two. Oh, the person. Oh, this was an awful story. The lady who they hired to correct Lois's accent. That lady, she felt really out of place in the scene, and I couldn't put my finger on exactly what was happening until I saw some behind the scenes stuff that she was a fan of the show. She's actually a Saturday Night Live actress. His performance kind of felt like that. I've got a pot on the oven. I keep looking over to make sure it don't boil up. If I do, I'm gonna run. Now, I'm not gonna pause this because I don't want to have to start the video over. But you might just have to deal with my plants. Oh, I need to keep covering that one. This one in the middle is dying, but I don't want to let it go. It's hard to say goodbye. All right, focus. Guys, thank you so much to everybody who's been telling me that they hope I feel better. They sorry about my tooth infection. All of those well wishes. I really appreciate that. I feel better today than I have in quite a long time. So, thank you. All right, we have Liz and Lucky. What was up with that walking Miss Daisy joke? Because Elizabeth taking care of Lucky, it just made me stop, and I had to ask my daughter. I was like, "Do you get that joke? Do you know what Miss Daisy means?" And she was like, "No." So I told her about the movie, and she was like, "Hmm." I was like, "Exactly. Like it's a lot of racial. I won't even say undertones. Like it's very. It was a weird reference to use. It wasn't sexy or romantic to me, and it didn't fit like the situation. Like, why not like a nursery? Not nursery. Like a nurse joke or something. I don't know. It could have did Misery with Kathy Bates, is that her name? The lady from Misery? Like, I don't know. I just feel like you could have done something better than walking Miss Daisy. You didn't even say it right. Okay. So let me see Carly get there to welcome her cousin home that she barely cares about. I don't. I'm so tired of them wasting Laura Wright. She is an epic actress. That woman can do anything. She's gorgeous to boot. Like, why can't she get a story? Why is she always just sprinkled here or there? It literally looks like they look at her contract and the number of episodes she has to be in, and then be like, where can we squeeze Carly in this week? Where can we sprinkle her? Just give her own story. But I will make that complaint every day because I don't know that it's gonna happen. Let's see. Aiden taking snacks from the basket was very realistic. That's what a teenager would do. They take your stuff. Like, but here's a secret. I don't. My daughter's in her room, so she doesn't hear me. She takes my stuff too, and I don't like it that she just takes stuff because I would like you to ask me, but it's also a compliment because it's like my stuff is so cool that you want it, like my makeup, my clothes. Like, that's the biggest compliment. A 17-year-old daughter takes her 42-year-old's mom stuff because it's cool. And one time, I styled her completely head to toe. I picked out her whole outfit, and it's one of her favorite looks. Not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. Not a mean girl. All right, let's see. Lucky's face when the glances Elizabeth and Lucky were making back and forth when they realized that Aiden wasn't going to be home. Like, Lucky got so excited. I was like, dang, you've been home for 5 minutes, from the hospital versus in Port Charles for about 10 minutes, and you already tired of Aiden, who you ain't seen in decades. All right, you might as well go back to Africa. Whenever we talk about Africa on the show, my daughter says yes. I say Africa, and she says the small village of Africa, because they never Africa is a whole continent made up of many countries, and I don't know whether it's cities or states or provinces. I don't know the terminology for how they break up their geography, but it's a huge place, and they always just say Africa, like up the street in Africa. It's annoying, but we laugh at it. It says, give Laura Wright a story. I beat myself to the punch on that one. We have Alexis and Christina. I feel like they've been understanding that the Gates is more popular, at least now, and that we applaud their use of, I said the Gates, Beyond the Gates, their use of technology in scenes, because their GH's version of it today was when instead of having a newspaper in her hand, Christina was reading the news off the tablet. I was like, okay, tablets? What? And then the very next scene, they have Curtis and Laura, and Laura's holding a newspaper. And I was like, there's my GH. Not that there's anything wrong with newspapers. And I do believe that the mayor, Laura, someone of that age, I do believe that it's reasonable that she would have a newspaper. I'm not being ageist. I just thought it was funny. Which, I've been applauding the Gates for having those moments where I talk to the TV or I'm thinking something about the show and then like it's addressed in the next scene. And this wasn't exactly like that because it was kind of, instead of like reinforcing, whatever the opposite of reinforcing is, de-enforce? I don't know. It was the opposite for Laura to have the newspaper, but it was it still made me, it had me engaged. And so that is good. I appreciate that. So often I don't know what is going on GAs because I cannot bear to pay attention. Even keeping notes, it's still just like, what is happening? Because it doesn't make sense. Dang, I was saying something positive and turning it into a negative. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Let's focus. I don't know what Curtis said, but he must have said something about him getting offended because I said, Curtis, you get offended as easily as you breathe. Which, how nice would it have been to see Curtis stop breathing? I just imagine Curtis's funeral, and I think I would enjoy that. Like, I don't want to see Trina fake cry because that's not her strong suit. No disrespect to the actress, you know, guys. I love Trina. She's one of my favorite characters, but I don't like it when they give her emotional scenes where she has to cry. I think she's a much better comedic actress than anything. So I actually would enjoy that, but it would be nice to see her forever dad come back and support her through the loss. Where's Taggart? Willow and Drew. Also, I was watching them talking, not necessarily listening to their dialogue, thinking about Michael. But I said, I wonder if she saw the video of Emma streaming what happened yesterday at the crypt. She said something about her followers, so I assume Emma had it like uploaded or it was live, whatever. And so I actually said, I wonder if she saw the video. And then I realized, oh shit, General Hospital, y'all got me wondering something about Willow. Okay. I haven't cared enough to wonder shit about Willow in a very long time, so nice. I wrote as progress. All right, Christina and Willow. Oh yeah, Christina and Willow did have a scene where Christina had an idea for the kids to send videos to Michael. I don't know why we aren't already doing that. I don't know why, if Michael can FaceTime Christina and Carly, why hasn't he already been talking to the kids? Michael, we know he misses those kids, and those kids miss him. I get why we haven't seen it, but we can show like the kids. If we can see Christina holding the tablet, we can show Wiley and Amelia holding the tablet, and just infer that Michael's on the other end. I don't know why Willow wouldn't already be doing that. As crazy as the shit Willow was doing with Drew, I don't want to believe that she would want to actually make it harder for Michael to have a relationship with those kids. Like, Willow owes her whole life to Michael and his family. Like, Shiloh, ain't no telling what he would have done. Like, if it wasn't for Michael and his extended family. But I know, it's a story they're telling us. I didn't like it when Willow said, "Yo, you're being so great. I wish everyone could be like you." Bitch, shut the fuck up. That's how I feel. Ugh, so annoying. I just really don't like Willow. The way I feel about Willow is the way the original Nina talked about Willow. She's like, oh, weeping Willow. She pretends to be a saint, but blah, 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 blah. That's how I feel about Willow now. Like, it is a full circle moment. She has really embraced her inner Nina. Embraced her inner Nina. Yeah, that was difficult. All right. Now I just got to talking. Let me find out where I was at. Portia and Rick. Oh goodness, I don't remember who it was. Was it Missy? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to look. I'm not sure. But someone commented, and you comment a lot, and I appreciate your comments. That's why Missy. Maybe it was Missy. I'm so sorry. I'm going to look, and I'm going to start looking before I say these things. I don't want you guys to think that I take you for granted or that, like, I don't appreciate you, because I do so much. Every time I see a comment and it's like a long paragraph and you've like responded to different things and I can respond back, like, I love that shit. So I appreciate it. And what you said stuck with me. I just wish that I had written down your name so that I could credit you properly. I will tomorrow. If I wouldn't have to edit, I would stop this, go look, and come back and say it. But the editing adds an extra step, and I'm not great at it yet. And the last time I tried, I put the videos in the wrong order, so it was all messed up. But my point is that now I lost it. It was about Portia and Rick. I can see it today. I was like, maybe because I was looking for it because of your comment, but I was like, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. But Drew needs to be a little less of a jerk for that to happen. Or if Portia gets pregnant, then he will just chain her to the wall. I will never stop making those jokes about Rick. And I was disappointed. When we saw that Carly was at the hospital the same time as Rick, I was like, oh, we about to get a panic room joke. That didn't happen. I was like, how you got them both in the same place? I don't understand. I like those jokes because it's real shit. All right, I cussed a lot this past 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I do kind of cuss a lot. Like, I know when and where. I don't, like, go to work using profanity, but I don't know. Maybe it's the full moon. All right, so I said, yes, I can see Portia and Rick. Not a bad idea. I could definitely see it. And I do like the dynamics that you pointed out in your comment about how it would make the Ava Trina relationship struggled as well with Portia. Like, I definitely see a lot of potential there. I resisted it at first, but the more I thought about it and then seeing them today, I was like, okay, that would be a nice twist. And I would probably be the best story Portia has been in yet. Yes, I think so. I don't know. I liked it when Portia, when the previous Trina was here and Cyrus held him at gunpoint. Portia impressed me then. All right. Speaking of that conversation, what kind of doctor is Portia? I don't want to insult her intelligence, but you graduated from med school, from regular college and med school, and you've kept your certifications all these years, and you don't understand that falsifying those test results is a crime? What? That was stupid. I was like, this ain't occurred to you ever before? I'm confused. You could just Google that shit and it'll tell you it's illegal. But okay. Yeah, but I don't know if I've ever thought Portia was as dumb as she did as I thought she was today. And when, like I said, when this shit hits the fan, and Portia saying she should have just told Curtis the truth, do not blame Ava for giving you bad advice or hooking you up with Rick. Ava tried to warn you several times in that conversation. Rick warned you. Shit, I warned you, Portia. You did not listen. This is your fault. And she can still tell the truth, by the way. But I don't think that she will. All right, we have Carly warning Willow. Oh, she asking if she see the article. The Drew is changing. He's a bad person. Oh, and I did like when Drew popped. I didn't like when Drew popped up because I thought Drew was gone, yelling at Carly. But then Carly reminded him that like he supported her through her crisis with her adopted mom Virginia when they moved her body. It was a stupid story. They were trying to. I think they actually did move the body. She lost that fight, but it was supposed, for me, I thought it was going to represent a new chapter of Carly for Laura Wright. Like the girls was looking better than they ever looked in that pink dress on the beach, hair blowing. I thought we were going to finally get back to having Carly be her own character outside of putting her in everybody else's stories. That did not last long. It's probably a change up in writers, which sucks because I want so much better for her. But my point was that, yeah, I was glad that she reminded him of that. And I want to specifically make sure I mention that because it's one of the complaints I've been having about General Hospital consistently is their misuse of history. And that was appropriate. That was an appropriate reminder. And it was good for the audience today, like to reinforce how much is like that word today, to remind us of how much Drew has changed, how far as a character he's gone. I wouldn't mind, like I don't like Drew. I'm not trying to make him a hero or even an anti-hero, but you could make me care about whatever part of Drew is left in him if maybe we got to see him struggling alone, like just him by himself and him having a flashback montage of all the shit he's done, of like what he was like before, of being rescued from the Cassadines, the cave, the wall that had him marking off the days with Scout's name, getting beat up in prison, fun times with Carly, like just something, or hanging out with Scout, like just humanize him a little bit because it just doesn't make sense. All right, let's see. I thought for sure we was getting a panic room joke. Nope, did not get that. And then we see Rick. Rick is so messy. As soon as I saw him going after Christina, I was like, Rick, leave her alone. Stop it. Don't do it. But I was kind of into it. We knew Christina was going to have a fit when she found out she couldn't have her way. And really, Christina is wrong in this. Like, knowing the situation between Sonny and Ava and the dynamic Avery, she should have planned better. And I said it was one night only she could get to. So, well, okay. Avery is going... Well, I'll save that for later. Um, why not do something else with the girl? Like, and I don't. Does Avery even like opera? I don't know many young girls that age that like opera. Maybe it was ballet. Maybe I'm making opera up because ballet makes more sense than opera. I don't know. I'm sorry if I was wrong. You please correct me. Um. So yeah. So Christina has a fit, runs off, and I thought she was going to see Sonny. Why does she show up at Ava's door? She is there waiting on Ava when Ava gets home. I was like, Christina, do you not remember what happened the last time you showed up at Ava's because you couldn't have your way? Your ass ended out the window. Ava didn't push you though. You tripped over the bag that Ava replaced with the shoes. But that was all your fault. You came there, you got in her face when like everybody asked you to leave it alone. And now like the baby's dead. And you're poor Della. Oh, that was crass to me. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I just did that. I'm not making fun of a deceased baby. I'm making fun of Christina. And I said Adela that way. I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. I can't believe. I feel like I took it too far myself. But Christina is responsible for what happened, right? Not saying that should have happened. Poor baby Irene, because that was the baby's actual name. But Christina ain't learned shit. And I don't think she's going to end up going out of a window, but I don't... Well, no, because Rick showed up at the end, so it won't go too far. But if it was just Ava and Christina there, I don't know how far it would go. That's funny. That's reminded me that when Rick got there, I was like, ooh, thank God Rick showed up. And then I had to stop and question everything about reality in my world. Because who has ever said, thank God for Rick? I was like, what? I'm losing my mind. But I was glad he showed up. So we have Nina. We have Ava. I'm out of order. Ava had went to see Nina, basically asking to borrow money. And Nina was like, what took you so long? You should have been asked me. I hate when people are like that. If you was wondering what was taking her so long to ask you for money, why didn't you offer her? Why didn't you just like... Why did she have to ask you? Why couldn't you just gift it to her? Why does it even have to be a loan when you got the kind of money Nina got? Can't you just give her something? Like, I don't know. Is that rude? And please know, I don't feel that way about money in real life with friendships. That's messy and difficult. But for the soap opera world, you should just be making it rain on them. Even though that friendship is crazy as hell. Like I will never see those two in a scene together and not think about Avery and see Michelle Stafford with Ava on the couch, legs spread wide open, just had the baby, and Nina's holding Avery like this and be like, I understand. She says something like, I understand you're frustrated or you're sad. I too know what it's like to lose a daughter. While she holding the baby, she just ripped out of her uterus. It's crazy. One of my favorite soap opera scenes ever that made me so uncomfortable because it's just a crazy... If you guys haven't been watching that long, which I imagine most people that would be watching me talk about General Hospital have probably been watching it a long time like I have. But if you didn't see those scenes, search for them on YouTube. Do yourself a favor. Just make sure you watch the whole storyline play out. You don't want just like when the baby's coming out. Like you want to see leading up to that because it's great television. Sick, demented. But I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. All right, let's see. Sasha and Willow. Willow calling Sasha a hypocrite because she's pregnant by Jason. Willow is saying that's worse than her situation with Drew. No, it's not. No, it's not. Well, maybe it is, but you don't know how bad it is. That's Michael's baby. I wondered if Sasha was gonna like lose control of her emotions and throw it in her face at first because Sasha's out of her mind right now. We know Sasha's making horrible life decisions, but she didn't say anything. They just kind of went back and forth at it. I would like for Sasha to have to report Willow to Elizabeth. I think if Willow does not get fired over that, she should be reprimanded or sanctioned or something. Like she deserves to get in trouble for talking to a patient like that. I don't care if the patient started it. Like that's not okay. It's simply not. And Willow needs some consequences for her actions. Oh, and when she brought up Sasha's mom, was like, my mom wasn't a con woman. No disrespect, because I actually fucked with her. I actually liked Harmony, but your mama gave you to a cult. like, and let that man tattoo you, sexually assault you. All the torture that Willow went through because of Shiloh was because of Harmony, right? But then, I was saying that out loud to my daughter because I was so confused. And my daughter's like, she's talking about Nina. And I was like, you right, she is talking about Nina. But then Nina crazy as hell too. So should we really be talking about mamas? And please don't misunderstand. I'm not defending Holly. I don't like Holly, never liked Holly. Never have liked Holly. My favorite scene with Holly was when she was on fire. That was some excellent work. I laughed so hard when she came out like this. I was like, that made my day. If we could, every time I see Holly, if she could be on fire, then I'd be ready to give her her Emmy. Sorry to the long-term fans who love Holly. I don't like Holly. And I certainly didn't like how Holly and Robert just left Sasha. And Holly was like, well, what about getting to know your daughter? And Robert was like, it's been too much time already. Ain't that more of a reason to stay? Like, I know they had to give him an exit, but damn. A lot of times with the veterans, and this, please don't think it's ageist. I am getting older. I'm 42 myself. I don't think getting older is bad. It's, if you're lucky to get older, the opposite is death, right? So, but because I love GH for so long, and I do love these vets. Like, if I don't love them, I appreciate them and I value them for nostalgia, for what they meant to my mom watching it. And like, they're the parents and grandparents of characters that I love and value now, that I am more connected with. I would like the opportunity to say goodbye to the characters before we have to say goodbye to the actors. I think once there's a, and I know because people can pass at any time. We've lost several people, even in the past couple of years, that you would not think would be old enough to pass away, because it's not always about age. But that being said, once you are a certain age, I don't see why we can't say goodbye to them, as it kill the character, dancing around it. Have the character pass so that we get to have a funeral for the character, but we also get to honor the legacy of the actor while they're still alive. Like, it sucks when like Monica. We should have lost Monica a couple of years ago. The last few times we saw Monica, it was clear that she didn't have too much longer. I would have loved to have been able to say goodbye to her as the character, and also have Leslie, the actress, be able to see the outpouring of love and feel that how much we've cared about her. Now, I mean, it may mean something to her family, and in whatever afterlife you believe in, she could be, looking down on it. But I would have loved, as they say, to give her flowers while she was here to get them. So I wish that, like, that should be like to Robert. I don't want the next time we talk about Robert to be when Tristan passes away. So I don't know. I know it's a weird thing, especially on soaps when you have like an aging population. So I hope I'm not turning anybody off or offending anybody. I think I was clear. I think. Let me know if I did offend you. Don't be mean, but tell me, and like, you can help me see the error of my ways, or I think that I worded it better than I did. But I'm never too old to learn. I'm not above reproach. I welcome your critique, feedback, all of that. Just don't be mean, please. I don't like mean people. All right. Yeah, that was a hell of a tangent. Portia trying to bluff with Drew. I was like, girl, you don't have a good poker face at all. Which is good acting from the actress. But then when they came back to that scene, when she was like, well, I don't think Curtis did it, I was like, okay. Like, you're doing great face acting there. I have to, Jay, what is her name? I know her name in real life, I can't think of it now. But the actress that plays Portia, I have to applaud her for that. That was a really, really, really simple, subtle scene. But knowing everything that was going on in Portia's mind, it was really good. We see Laura interrupting Liz and Lucky. Laura, where's Ace? Is he with Kevin? That's why your man left. He got a whole different identity and is over there making people addicted to gambling on Beyond the Gates. That was the worst face I have ever. I feel like there was a better joke there, but I was just like getting it out. I feel like if I could have worked on that, made it a little funnier. When Christina is waiting on Ava, I loved when Ava told her, "Oh, she's going with me." I was like, I don't like Ava messing with Christina because Christina doesn't need any ammunition to be crazy, but I say Christina deserved that. I was feeling it. It was nice to see the Ava Jerome. You know, she's a bad one, and I was happy to see it. And yeah, I have ballet here, so I think some reason I was saying opera earlier. I don't know where that came from, but it must have been ballet. Maybe I want to go see the opera. You know, I've always wanted to go see the opera. Like I think it's just a Pretty Woman fantasy because from being a little girl watching Pretty Woman, I think it was gonna like so I can know if I loved it, if I was gonna always love it. It's also probably too young to watch that movie. My water's boiling. Let me hurry up. Oh yeah, well this is the last thing anyway. I had a note about Willow and her mom, but I already said that. Oh my gosh, 30 minutes. I'm damn near as long as the show. And I haven't done that for a while. I think it was a really solid episode. I enjoyed it. I'm feeling better than I have in a while. And I know I took a lot of tangents. Thank you for bearing with me. I appreciate you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to be consistent with you. Because you guys are being consistent with me. And it's so awesome because, like, I haven't been doing this a month yet. So I think it might be just a month. I think this is my 4th week. So I don't know. I need to look it up and figure out what was the day I first did my first video so that I can celebrate. Oh my gosh, guys. I had 101 subscribers. And now it's only 100, so I must have pissed somebody off. But that's okay. I don't know. It's such a big deal. I hadn't really, like, what do I do? How can I celebrate? How can we, like, party? How do we turn up? I don't know what to do for this 100 people. It's fucking crazy. But I want to do something. I thought about doing, like, a Ask Me Anything, but I feel like I already tell you guys anything if you would have asked me. I don't know. Maybe we could plan like a special live when more people are available. I don't know. I know I gotta get this pot off the stove. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I'm long as this show today, but I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's good tomorrow too. Go stand out in front of the moon and say something positive about yourself. All right. Live long and prosper.